seen it with my own eyes. I have the luxury of leaving. Feeling of free is untouchable technically. It's something we got to believe in. Connect the cause and the facts, one foot in front of the next. This is the start of a journey. And my mind is already gone, and the fear of the unknown somehow just doesn't concern me. And you can stand right there if you want, but I'm going on. And I'm prepared to go it alone. I'm going on.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. Our game tonight featuring the Cleveland Cavaliers as they go up against the Golden State Warriors at Oracle Arena. Well, for the Warriors, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Last season, the Cavs did not have the best record in the Eastern Conference. The Hawks did, but Cleveland did come out of the East and go to the NBA Finals. Shaq, as long as LeBron is there with this roster, how much pressure do they have to make the Finals every year?
Well, LeBron said it himself. He's the best player on the planet. They have to be one of the favorites as long as they keep that roster intact, and they have to stay injury-free, Ernie.
Do you think the best player on the planet has to let people know he's the best player on the planet? I knew he was the best player. You don't have to tell us that.
Well,
Every now and then,
maybe.
no.
We've got an electric crowd here in Golden State's Oracle Arena. We'll see the Cleveland Cavaliers facing the Golden State Warriors. Well, before you look ahead to your busy week, sit down, relax, pull up a chair as we bring you another NBA broadcast. And thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. A look at Cleveland's starting group. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving at the point. Now here's Thompson. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Warriors on D. Wallace with it. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Here's Curry. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
And here is Shumpert. There's the dish to Mozgov. Outside Irving. Mozgov passes to Shumpert. Feeds it to LeBron. That's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession. Cavaliers ball. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Love dishes to Mozgov. Poked away. Curry with the steal. Pass to Green. Outside for Curry. The three. Another three for Golden State.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time.
Well, out of the break, guys, he's managed to turn it over twice now, and that doesn't bode well for the rest of the quarter if he doesn't shake out of it and tighten things up.
Oh, trying for it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mozgov. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. And there's the pass to Green. Back to Curry. Irving with the steal. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. Golden State's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter.
And for Kyrie Irving, it had been a long time coming. Last season, he finally played in his first postseason with the Cavs. And up until the unfortunate injury, he certainly made the most of it.
And Thompson sends it back. And he's able to get it back. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Curry kicks to Green. Here's Curry. The feed now to Barnes. 5 on the clock. From deep. It's rebounded by Cleveland. And think again about the playoffs last year, Clark. They weren't all sunshine and roses for Irving. He had to play through a tough leg injury in the conference semifinals, and of course the injury in the finals, the fractured kneecap, and he was gone.
Yeah, that was really painful to watch, seeing him go out for the rest of the playoffs with that fractured kneecap. A freak injury, but he'll grow from it and be better. Great outside shooting fueling this run.
Then the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit.
The Cavaliers trail by 9. Love wide open. He fires. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And how about that? Responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
And Green gets it to go.
Great three-point shooting here out of the gate. That makes 4 makes already from long distance.
String music scorching those nets. How long can they keep this up, though?
It's stolen by Bogut. And it's the Warriors on the break, pushing their lead to double digits. 8 points for Draymond Green. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
They've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Last season, Draymond Green.
This team's rise to great.
For Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph. Now Barnes. Still getting warm.
The long arms enable him to defend bigger guys, and also the basketball IQ.
And there's a minute 45 left to play in the first quarter. Outside, Green from deep.
I mean, his versatility at both ends of the floor also a huge to excel at all facets of the game.
And the foul on Mo Williams. That's his first foul. A different look now for Cleveland. Jefferson comes in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Williams.
Richard Jefferson.
1:03 left to play in the first quarter. Iguodala. And an intentional foul right there. The Warriors shooting their first free throws of the game.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for your Warriors, Maurice Bates.
All right, now, take a break.
Taking
Take a break.
2 shots.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And Maurice Bates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job.
51 seconds left here in the first quarter. From deep three-point range, nice shot by Smith. Smith's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Cavs. The Warriors have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far, right at the 50% mark. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Dishes to Livingston. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
But they get it back. Here's Dellavedova. It's rebounded by Golden State. And the whistle blows on the backcourt.
Back to the game plan.
Second shot opportunity, and it's Jefferson laying it in. Jefferson's got his first basket of the night.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got
Put your hands together.
And a chance to hear from LeBron James as he talked about the challenge of remaining calm and collected.
For me, at a younger age, I was never even killed. We were winning.
Again, just another part of the maturation process for LeBron. He's become such the consummate pro.
Yeah, he really has been. It's amazing to see the pressure he's dealt with and the way he's handled it with that even-keeled nature. You know, he's as solid and steady as they come at this point in his career. Nothing phases him. Nothing rattles him.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, and you know, they've also done a good job, Greg, on their end of the floor by not throwing the ball away.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Cleveland. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. Amon Shumpert is out there with Irving, and it's Jefferson in at small forward. And the Cavaliers making a change here. James is checked in.
First personal foul, teams first.
Here's Curry. On the wing, Thompson. And there's a whistle. It goes on Amon Shumpert. That's his first foul.
First personal foul, team second.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together, hand in glove.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
As you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
Timeout.
And the Warriors decide to take their first timeout here.
Well, I tell you what, it was a really strong year for the Cavs. 53 wins for them, good for the sixth best mark in team history. A lot of those wins also came against the West, making it even more impressive.
Cavs were very strong against the West. 18-12 record for them overall, second only to the Hawks in the East.
And they really turned it on against the West from mid-January on. How about going 14-1 in the West in their last 15 matchups, and that included a 10-game win streak against the West.
Curry against Irving. Bogut drives in. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Shumpert against Thompson. He kicks it to Bogut. Clock at 6, and stolen by LeBron.
And how about the stingy defense there to deny that pass?
Shoots it up. And that misses badly. Air ball. Warriors leading by 7. Ahead, here's Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Curry's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Warriors. That'll be a 5-second call.
That makes it 4 turnovers for him now. He's just been lazy with the ball in his hands, fellas.
Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Williams is checked in. And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Curry passes to Green to the left side wing. Down low. Mozgov with the block. No good. So Golden State will take it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And guys, I would have to say one of the most underrated defensive players in the NBA, Draymond Green. Might not be the case anymore after coming in second in the Defensive Player of the Year voting last year.
Yep, he might not look the part. You know, undersized, but you talk to the scouts and the stat geeks, they'll tell you he's one of the best in the game defensively.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And for Green, long arms, great anticipation. We talk about the IQ. Also the willingness to absorb contact, all part of what makes him special on the defensive end of the floor.
Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. The Cavaliers trail by 11.
And, you know, now we have all these analytics. And if you look at all the advanced measures for defense, Draymond Green is one of the best in our game. I mean, and teams are better able to measure now defense with player tracking and the camera. So I think that helped Green when the time came for him to sign his contract. And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
That's his first personal foul.
You know, one of the more impressive things that we know about LeBron James is that he is one of the great leaders in the NBA. His voice carries a lot of weight, and he hasn't been shy about raising his voice on social issues either. Good to see.
And speaking of LeBron's leadership, trying to will this Cavs team to a title, one of his greatest challenges.
And Kevin, the expectations are just so high. He may have had less talent around him in his first stint in Cleveland, but after winning titles in Miami, anything less seems like a step backwards.
And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Here's Spates. He feeds it to Iguodala. Six on the shot clock. Rush. No good. Some solid defense there from Irving. Here's Mozgov. Tipped away. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut to just 9 points on the basket from Kyrie Irving.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Timeout called the Warriors. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. And McAdoo kicks to Livingston. 5 to shoot. Golden State moving it around. Iguodala with it. Picked up by Love. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Kyrie Irving. Here's Dellavedova looking for his first basket still in this one. And our old partner Steve Kerr also got a chance to coach the West All-Stars, and Greg, his record-setting debut season with the Golden State Warriors. Clark, he really hit a lot of big milestones early.
Well, none of us are surprised at his success.
No.
I mean, Steve will be the first to tell you it was because he was surrounded by excellent assistants. I mean, that's one of the underrated aspects of being a good coach is you've got to have a good staff, and Steve has that.
Excellent point. Green, he's checked in for Golden State. Barbosa comes in for Brandon Rush. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Verajau's checked in. And so it's Golden State with it. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Pass to Barbosa. To the middle. Here's Livingston. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And the Warriors lead by 11.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, there's no doubt. 1:58 left in the second quarter. Barbosa's shot is off.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide-open opportunities.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Cavaliers making a switch here. Jefferson's checked in. Warriors leading by 11. Iguodala kicks to Barbosa. Iguodala dishes to Green. Barbosa passes to Green from past the arc. Here's Spates. The shot is off. Nice D from Verajau. Cleveland's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Thompson misses.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
Greg, you know it. I know it. There aren't very many guys that can hit from out there. But he is one of them. That's the kind of range he has.
Hey, personal foul.
And for Andre Iguodala, last year was a first in 758 games. Up until then, he had not once ever come off the bench.
Yeah, he had been a starter throughout his 10-year career, every single game, Kevin. And last year he came off the bench in every game. Big adjustment for the veteran, but he made it well.
No good on that one.
And getting back to Iguodala last season, not only did he come off the bench for the first time ever, but he really thrived in doing so. Playing the fewest minutes per game of his career, he was able to avoid some of the nagging injuries that had plagued him in the past. And so he could stick around to help the Warriors assemble that franchise record of 67 wins last season.
You know, for Iguodala at this point in his career, it's just about winning. He's had a couple of large contracts. He's made multiple All-Star teams, but now it's about rings for him. And he got one.
Azili kicks to Green. The dish to Azili. Iguodala against Smith. Feeds it to Barbosa. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Richard Jefferson. The Cavaliers trail by 12. From deep three-point range, but they'll get another chance. The Cavaliers again can't hit. And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. In the bonus, will go to the free throw line. And for Festus Ezeli, came in as an extremely raw prospect a couple years back. Late first-round draft pick. His minutes were down actually last season, but his production was decidedly up.
Yeah, he went from 44 to 55% on field goals, from 53 to 63% on free throws. A testament to how much effort he's putting into developing that shooting stroke.
And, you know, going back to Ezeli, Impressive physically. 7 foot, 7'6" wingspan, 5% body fat. If his skill set ever catches up with his natural gifts, watch out. Watch out.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State, Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala, and it's Klay Thompson in for Leandro Barbosa. And so Ezeli nails both of them.
And a footnote to Ezeli. One of his college administrators raved about his intelligence. He cited Ezeli's broad perspective on world trade, globalization, and I tell you what, if Ezeli keeps improving, he'll soon be a serious benefactor of the economics of American sports.
To the wing right side. Barnes dishes to Green. Thompson outside. It's stolen by Jefferson. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Varejao. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Outside Williams. Sinks the triple. Williams has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular match.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Warriors lead by 11. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. What's working and what's not working for you guys out here tonight?
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Golden State Warriors as they play against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Checking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. A rematch of the incredible NBA Finals of 2015. Warriors came out on top in that series in 6. Looking back now, Shaq, do you think the Cavs could have won if they were healthy?
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. We don't like to use ifs. We don't like to make up excuses. However, losing Kyrie and Love was devastating for the Cavs.
The sold-out and noisy Oracle Arena. We'll see Cleveland facing the Golden State Warriors. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
Well, you know, last season Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Cleveland, filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving in at the point guard position. Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end. And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now here's James. Outside Irving. kicks it to Mozgov. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. He's off on the second. Well, we know that Mozgov started last season with the Nuggets and then was traded to Cleveland midway through the season.
And what an impact he made on the Cleveland Cavaliers, particularly at the defensive end. His size and his activity really helped the Cavs become outstanding at the defensive end.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Golden State. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. That'll be a 5-second call.
And credit to the Cavs for going out and getting Mozgov. I mean, they paid a hefty price giving up the 2 first-rounders. But thus far, he's proved to be worth it.
Irving with it, picked up by Thompson. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
LeBron outside. Outside Irving. Back to James. 6 to shoot. Irving against Bogut. A second chance effort, and it's blocked by Bogut. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul.
Kyrie Irving. First personal foul.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And the Mozgov trade, guys, for the Cavs, I think can be viewed as their big turning point in the season. He completely changed the defense of their team. He was that missing piece of the puzzle.
LeBron is doubled. Outside jumper. On the wing, Irving. Good D by Thompson.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here's Livingston. They grab their own miss. Bogut. Another shot. No good on the layup. Cleveland's gone 0-2 from deep here. Mozgov gets to Shumpert. High post shot. It's rebounded by Livingston.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And the Warriors making a change here. Spates is checked in. The drive by Love. Love draws the double. And so it's Cleveland with it. Just 5 on the clock. Knocks it loose. They need this one. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Tell you what, boy, it's hard to watch when the guy gets good shots and misses them. He's missed everything this quarter.
The Roracle, or Oracle Arena, was rocking last season, and with good reason. The Warriors would finish a league best 39-2 at home last year.
And how about that 39-2 record put them 1 off of tying the best record ever in the NBA. That record, by the way, belongs to the Celtics with 40 wins back in 1986.
Here's Green. Puts up the baby hook and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. He's much better off making him go to the line.
At the line for 2.
And Draymond Green, guys, has won at every level. I mean, led Saginaw High School to 2 consecutive state championships at Michigan State, 2 trips to the Final Four, and now making noise with the Warriors. It's clear this guy's a winner.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Azealy's checked in for Harrison Barnes. Iguodala comes in for Thompson. And it's Barbosa in for Sean Livingston. Barnes is checked in for Green.
Your Warriors, Harrison Barnes.
So it's the Cavaliers now. And Jefferson wide open. He shoots. Second chance shot. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And here's a little known fact, Clark. Only 3 players have recorded at least 2 triple-doubles in the NCAA tournament. They are Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, and Draymond Green.
That's some elite company for Draymond Green. He's a hard worker, a guy you love if he's on your team. He can be an irritant if he's not with you, but continues to improve and prove his doubters wrong.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Dellavedova's checked in. There's 1:34 left in the first quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. Was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carom and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
And he can't stop the run as he misses. Cleveland leading by 9. Dellavedova kicks to Thompson. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Boy, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Greg, you were talking about Tristan Thompson. LeBron came out and said he's one of the best pick-and-roll defenders in the NBA. And Clark, that's high praise from the King.
No doubt. I mean, Thompson is an emerging force. If he could just develop his shooting stroke a little more, then you're talking about a very, very valuable player.
Good point.
Now, one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
Warriors trail by 11. Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to their bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there.
He misses the free throw.
You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets.
Stephen Curry's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. They grab
something we often see from him.
You know, it's never going to be, Greg, a 360 dunk when he goes up with it, but it will be 2 points. We do know that.
You know, you can sacrifice a little athleticism when you've got the size he does.
2 shots.
And of course, Mo Williams, Clark, shipped to the Hornets for their playoff push and helped out there.
I thought overall, Kevin, Mo had a really strong year given his age. Probably his most productive season since his early 20s.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
There's 53 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Varejao. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Stolen by Thompson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Some fantastic numbers here for Thompson. He's already got 11 points, then he's made 3 shots at the foul line.
And you've got to take care of business at the free throw line, not just getting there, but converting. And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role, didn't let the move bother him, and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Now here's Curry. Spades dishes to Iguodala. 23 seconds left in the first quarter, and he gets it to go.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Williams passes to Dellavedova. Back to Williams. Fires for three. Barnes grabs the miss. Timeout called the Warriors.
They're sending guys to the line way more than they should here. They need to play good position defense and avoid the reach-in sloppy foul.
Bogut with it. Curry. And that's not going to go.
Okay, fans, put your hands together.
And LeBron James trying to will his Cavaliers team to its first title. Teammate Kevin Love says LeBron made it clear from the start what he expected. When someone like LeBron talks about what you need to bring to the table, you better bring it.
Yeah, I would think so. You'd be better served to go right along with what he's talking about. And up to you at 3 along with Kyrie. I think if they just keep following LeBron's lead and advice, the sky's the limit.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Cavaliers?
Early on, guys, excellent work on the boards here. I mean, you got to like those second chance points they're getting.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, down low, it's Love and Mozgov. Pulling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron, and it's Irving at the 1 spot.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
And so the ball out of bounds. Bogut touched it last.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
Cleveland leading by 14. Irving kicks to Love. LeBron James on the wing. Pass to Mozgov. It's stolen by Green. Now here's Barnes. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Thompson dishes to Barnes. Knocked loose. Clock at 6. There's Green with the 3. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. And for the Warriors last year, they would end the season with 67 wins. That number, Clark, tying for the 6th best win total in NBA history.
And my guess is only a few people saw it coming. I mean, and as the season wore on, it became more and more apparent that the Warriors were for real, but it took a while for people to accept that fact.
And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though, and I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about it. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet. And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down on all of those points coming in the paint. They've got to show more resistance there.
Here is Livingston. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Offensive rebound. Here's Bogut. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
James. Whistle blows. If that's going to be a travel.
And guys, the first year for David Glad, he was second-guessed at every turn. And that happens when you are picked to make the finals, but also when you coach LeBron James.
Spates checked in for Golden State. A switch here also for Cleveland. Thompson's checked in. And again, no good by Golden State. The Cavaliers leading by 10. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That is his first foul of the game. From deep LeBron. LeBron with another miss.
Well, he's gone without a field goal, and that certainly is below par for him. His team has still found a way to get it done.
And stolen by Love. 4-on-3 break. To the inside. Here's Thompson. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Boy, Kevin Love certainly is one of the best passing big men in the league.
Warriors trail by 12. And for Black Greg, everyone did wonder if he would be the right fit early. As the season wore on and the Cavs got tougher, those questions, Clark, went away.
Yeah, and I think most people forget that he's an iconic coaching legend overseas.
Good point, yeah.
So coaching is coaching. Sure, it's not the NBA, but this guy brought a pedigree and resume that was quite substantial. He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Now here's Green. Golden State moving the ball around. Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Klay Thompson. When you think about Sean Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken, Clark, 4th back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager, and his shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
And getting back to Livingston, he's had comeback after comeback. I mean, each time he'd start to flash those unbelievable movement skills, he'd get injured again. It's a shame because he was on the path to becoming one of the game's great young point guards.
Checked in for the Warriors. And Cleveland with a change here too. Smith has checked in. Cleveland leading by 10.
And for Livingston, last season with the Warriors was a dream. He got to back up Steph, so he got to play against second stringers, and we got to see flashes of his dominant traits again. What a happy ending for him.
Golden State's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And the Warriors with some changes. Festus Ezeli comes in for Maurice Spates. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Leandro Barbosa. And then for Cleveland, Anderson Varejau's checked in for Jefferson. And Mo Williams subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Now the dish to Thompson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
That's his second personal.
How much more is there to say about LeBron James, Clark? Incredible consistency, unbelievable athleticism. He just is a marvel in every way the longer he plays.
Kevin, when you look at his career averages, I mean, just off the charts, and he has the same unbelievable year every year. The consistency, phenomenal.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland.
And talking about LeBron's consistency, it's not just a physical effort. It's also a mental one. I mean, you know you're targeted by the defense all game. That'll wear down even the best players. How is it that LeBron's armor just never seems to be penetrated?
You know, on the topic of LeBron, one of the few areas where he could improve consistency in is from the three-point line. 3 years ago, he hit over 40% from downtown. 2 years ago, 38. Then last year, down to 35.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
Cleveland leading by 11. Smith.
How about that, Kevin?
What range on that shot.
Unbelievable.
That's amazing. Jacks up a 3. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. And the Warriors making a change here. Barnes is checked in. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. We've got 1:23 left in the second quarter. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is, GA, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. Some changes here for the Warriors. Brandon Rush is checked in for Iguodala. And it's Klay Thompson in for Steph Curry. Cleveland leading by 14. Williams kicks to Smith. Varejao with him. Now Green defending. To the paint. Here's Dellavedova. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
That's his second personal.
guys, the Warriors ended the year at just over a 10-point differential per game. I mean, still that number is staggering when you think of what it takes to achieve that mark over the course of a season. Typically, championship teams are somewhere in the +6 to +8 range. 10 is off the charts.
Shumpert is checked in for Williams.
With that basket, it's now 6 points off of their giveaways this quarter.
They need to clean it up offensively if they're going to have any chance to get back into this one.
1:03 left in the first half of basketball. Smith the pass to Verejao. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And hit the turnaround jumper.
And you know what? That Warriors point differential was helped out a lot by their play at home. The home differential was almost +15 points per game. A lot of blowout wins. Scary thing is they set their starters in the fourth so often, they could have made those numbers even higher had they won it.
It's stolen by Smith.
If they can't take care of the basketball, they're going to have a very hard time turning this game around.
True. Their turnovers are piling up in this quarter. Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Here's Shumpert, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
A different look now for Cleveland. Love's checked in for Mozgov. Williams comes in for Shumpert, and Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Here's Thompson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Thompson's got his second bucket.
And he'll take it right into the teeth of the D without thinking twice about it.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And that's just a risky play. To make a heave like that, not worth it.
From 12 feet out. And it's Thompson again missing.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Cavaliers.
Guys, over here with Tristan Thompson. And Tristan, tell us what the primary area of emphasis is for the team right now and for you specifically.
You know, defense is going to win games for us. So, you know, we're definitely stressing on that. But, you know, offensively, just continue to refine my game and go out there and compete.
You continue to refine it, and we enjoy watching you. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back.